So we choose not to put our phone on. Oh, wrong one. We just got a peekaboo. We just got a peekaboo view.
Oh, what?
Content
warning. Can you do French Woman one more time?
Did I do French Woman on this already?
I think you've done... What? Yes, like the last 2 or 3 times.
Okay, I'm going to do ASMR French Woman now.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
Content warning. The following video contains material that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Can they hear us right now?
They can't hear us right now.
Oh my god, that's amazing. That is literally amazing.
7 days in a haze.
I know.
Alive. Will we thrive? Will we die?
I know. God,
I'm trying
sometimes.
to smash poet. What is it called? Smash poet.
Yeah. Folks, good evening.
Gang.
Oh my goodness.
Gang.
It is Friday. We're not coming through. Oh my goodness.
Go scroll down and look at the Flow 8 mixer.
Bear with us.
Flow 8.
Flow 8.
Okay, they can hear us.
Goddamn, baby.
Are you plugged into headphones? Oh, you're not plugged in, John.
This
Fuck.
is the goddamn you, John.
No, that's not his fault. It's the wedding's fault. It's the wedding's fault. It's the wedding's fault.
Well, this is the Brew with Brotherwife. We are a band that is also a game show.
Happens to have a podcast. This is Jeff.
I'm Tyler. We're a band that's also a game show.
Taking the power back. This is like...
Taking Time, coming out soon.
Taking Time.
I took the power back
you
right
took
there.
the power back. You took the power back. Taking Time is coming out soon. I'm fucking stoked. Are you
Our
stoked,
brew,
Jeff?
your mouth. Our brew, your mouth. He's a steward of your brew. You're the good folks at home.
My throat...
You want to throw it like this. You want to throw it like both of us.
You
Do not deny the fact that you have throat envy.
I really am interested to see how much it would cost to get our throats shaped. To get our throats shaped. Like, I am actually interested.
Yeah.
It's so early in the brew right now.
No, I know. I was thinking, I want to get mine shaped like a porn star's pussy.
It's so
right?
early in the brew.
I know.
Yes,
I understand. I understand. Listen, if there's a joke, I'm going to try and land it. I'm literally on the fucking court. Like, that was a 3. So maybe, fucking, I dropped the bucket for some of you. Others, I was wide left.
What do you think? What do you think? I mean, do you think we do a limited edition print of our throats as pocket pussies?
I don't see why we wouldn't.
That's the best thing
I
ever.
don't see why we wouldn't.
That's the best thing ever.
And then try and actually get
into the sex toy industry.
Well, not necessarily the industry, but like into a sex shop.
Yeah.
Or maybe a series of sex shops.
Local.
Anything for press. I mean,
anything.
For you, it's just
anything.
For you, it's just opportunistic for press, right?
Oh yeah. I also I think we've talked about this before, but my hand here. and then your hand here.
Okay, it is still early in the brew.
Okay, well you said
still early in the brew. Just oh god,
we're working it.
Jesus,
folks, I
do not condone that this early in the brew. 40 minutes into the brew, we can go the distance. The first 4 minutes,
except for this is episode 77.
We are rapidly climbing. We're like the Price is Right little fucking hitchhiker man.
Yeah. Wait, John, is this episode 77 or 78?
I think it's 78. 78? 78.
Nobody asks about episode 77.
Gosh, dang. Yeah, episode 77, folks, don't ask about it. Don't fucking ask about it.
We already said don't ask about it.
We've got a lot of things planned for you tonight. We're going to read some news. We are going to shock ourselves I'm going to get shocked when we play our patented game show 5 for 5.
How good do I feel right now?
No, when you don't have to do the shock.
I'm king of the fucking world.
We alternate, and it becomes stressful when you think about it like at 11 a.m.
Yeah. No, yeah. I've had that happen. And the thing is, if you're having a good day, you're like, I'm going to get shocked tonight. But if you're having a rough day, it really stacks on.
Oh my gosh. It will it's a tiny little amplifier that you really, I mean, that's what an amplifier is like, in reality. It's a little bit of electricity going through a medium. And we are that medium. It's not going to be good.
God. So, guys, we have 7 days, 1 hour, and 45 minutes until we launch into Brotherwife Live, episode number 12. This is going to be 2023, a year in review.
First time we've done this in 7 months.
7 months.
7 big ones.
It's going to be fun. We
used to do this often.
John on the cast, full-time now. He's a fucking pimp. We've got our boys, Kev. We've got our boy, Papa J. We're gonna be
coming
going
at you,
deep.
And it's gonna be that Brotherwife fashion where it's, a good, varied demonstrative amount of bits. We are going to give you a range.
I think you guys.
We have a
really
range,
enjoy
and
it.
we're going to display it.
And we're also
for
doing
you
something...
to appreciate. You can judge it. You can approve. You can deny. Let us know. Interact with us. This is a dialogue.
Hire somebody to poison us.
I would love that.
If you could hire somebody,
Wouldn't be my fault. I could take the old ZZZ, and it wouldn't be my fault. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
This guy is a staunch Catholic. He can't kill himself, but my God, if he could.
Yeah.
Lights.
He just thinks
out.
I'm Catholic because
Lights
I'm Mexican.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm
I
not.
mean, yeah, that is a
I would
good-
never be Catholic.
You would never be Catholic?
I would just be like Christian because I was
Yeah.
Christian once before, and I spoke in tongues.
This guy was good. Oh yeah, you did speak in tongues.
speak in tongues.
I've
I was gonna
never
be
had
youth
the chance
pastor.
to speak in tongues.
It's a delight.
I'm
You should
sure it
really,
is.
if you have the opportunity,
Well, especially when
and
you're
you
like
can really.
8.
Well, I was like 14, so I
Okay.
was still. It was.
You're
oh my
still
god.
back there though. Like I feel like by the time you're like 32, you're like I'm speaking in tongues. I'm speaking. You know, it's like you're going to work.
It's just so crazy, like, and I say this for lack of a better term, but it's so crazy to like.
I feel like you're gonna say a racial slur right now.
Hypnotize.
For lack of a better word, if you say for lack of a better,
that's not a racial slur.
it's
You
not.
can say
But it
mook.
sounds like it.
But no, it's like weird how you kind of hypnotize yourself a little bit. Like I remember I was in church and we were at well, two things. One, I just started doing the tongues, and like when you're doing the tongues, it's like God is kind of like using you as like a vassal when you're doing the tongues. And I remember being like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm like a vassal for God right now.
Sure.
You know, but
Sure.
I'm. You know, it's
Okay.
I've warped my whole little fucking worldview about what's happening.
So I've got a question. I want to do
Respectful.
almost like a little. I want to do like a little almost interview segment here. So is there like a pre-funk? Like when you're like 12, are they like, okay, come on back. This is Mr. Theodosius. He is going to teach you how to talk in tongues. Like, is there any like rundown, or is
Yeah.
it just like,
Yeah.
can get
Dude,
at it?
no,
boy?
I imagine you're like a fucking deer, or like a giraffe that like just gets birthed, and it's like expected to like stand up with its big weird gangly legs and then like walk normally. That's what it feels like to do tongues as a 14-year-old, because you're just doing it, and it's literally the guidance is God will speak through you, and then you're like, like literally.
Okay.
That was actually kind of what it sounded
Maybe
like.
should we speak in tongues tonight for a little bit at some point?
I mean, that was enough tongues for me.
That was enough tongues
Yeah,
for you?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I might choose a good moment to speak
well,
in tongues.
folks,
for a
if you
second.
want us to speak in tongues, the majority of the podcast, we can do that. Again, this is a two-way street. This is.
Let us know, and we will speak for you.
We will speak in tongues.
And for God.
One of the things that we do here on the Brew is we give you the news stories that you want to hear. We curate them for you because you don't have time to hear these crimes unless we bring them to you in a timely
These
manner.
crimes on our dime.
There it is. That's nice.
These crimes on our dime.
A Detroit officer accused of fatally punching 70-year-old charged with manslaughter.
Oh, look at that. You know,
They got
I
one.
will say, though, fatally punching, that's always a tough one because you're like, oof. That is an
What else
easy
did
one.
you have going on that could have just knocked you out like
Exactly. You're like, if a vase
Yeah.
fell and startled you a little too much,
that? Right.
would you...
Right.
The double door system has failed.
I know the double door
and I'm
system.
trying to keep my shit together, but
I don't know how a double door system. I looked
don't
Allison in the
understand.
eyes and did a double door system.
Okay.
Folks, there's a lot going on behind these two doors. There's babies, there's kids, there's people in and out. This is basically the hub for a
cats,
business. Cats,
there's dogs.
It is like a goddamn
We're running
jungle.
a business out of this. What do you call it?
What I
trap
tell you,
house? We're running a
it's
business
essentially a professional
two
trap
businesses.
house.
It is a
It's an
professional trap
incubation hub, and it smells like one.
Oh,
A Detroit
God.
police officer has been charged with manslaughter after he allegedly punched a 70-year-old man who then fell backwards and struck his head on the pavement outside a bowling alley.
That's
okay,
what
so
got
then
him.
that's the second part, right?
That's so tough. That's so
Yeah.
tough. You know, like
Didn't he? I mean, I hope he got to go bowling. I hope he got to go. You know,
this was after the bowling. at
knock
least?
one last split. You
Yeah,
know, just fucking
absolutely,
get it in.
absolutely. Split it.
Split it. And he didn't.
Did
know.
he get
was
a
about,
strike?
He was about to get split.
Well, and he was about to get a
Well,
strike.
oh my gosh, goodness.
Did he get a strike? He certainly
you-
was struck.
You know what I was just thinking about the other day? When we went bowling, maybe like 6-7 years ago, or it was like maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Anyway, we were doing the bowling, you know, putting the fingers in the bowls, in the holes, and you had kind of pointed out like we're eating the food after we're doing the bowling with the and then Alice and I were just kind of like, oh, it's just, you know, whatever, it's all good. It's like, it's not, you know, whatever. And then you were like, no, it's actually like, think about, and then I, for some reason, I thought about that the other day. I was just like, okay, well, it's like so many fingers, dark, deep. It's like a little cavernous incubation hub in and of its own. It probably smells like one. You're eating, what are you eating? You're eating like drunken, like deadbeat dads. Your fingers, you're eating your teenage lust fingers.
Oh, teenage lust fingers.
Military people just trying to have a good time.
Finger, dude, smell my fingers.
There's a whole variety of fingers that you are engaging with and putting in your mouth.
Have been in that bowling ball.
He's got pussy fingers.
Finger fucked and then went and grabbed a handful of fucking wet greasy nachos and slapped down your fucking slavering mom.
PSA, when you are bowling, consider being, you know, one with hand sanitizer at the ready.
Absolutely. Or maybe you could even clean your ball. You know what? We should start a new service, new business. We clean the holes of bowling balls.
How would we even do that?
Clean your ball holes.
How would we even do that, though? Would we have to be jetted?
Yeah, well, I'm imagining we don't go to the bowling alley. Like, the bowling alley would make the most fiscal sense. You've got a lot of work in one place, but we go door to door, trying to find people that own their own bowling balls to clean their ball holes.
Sure.
Hello, my name is Tyler.
We would have to find the addresses of, like, you know, 45-year-old men that liked Led Zeppelin in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like something like that. Like
crime spree. Like this is in the news. There's a crime spree. People breaking into bowling alleys, but they don't steal anything other than all of the subscription, like the people with membership packages.
Sure.
The addresses.
There was a data breach at the Rock and Bowl.
There was a data breach at the Rock and Bowl.
The victim, Daryl Vance, died just weeks after this encounter, striking his head
Just weeks?
Just weeks. With Juwan Marquise Alexander Brown on September 1st. The Detroit
That's
News,
a long time.
He died with his buddy.
That's longer than it's going to be before the next Brotherwife Live episode.
That's true. That, you know, I can't refute that. He was among several officers who were called to Garden Bowl on 4100 block of Woodward Avenue to investigate a disturbance involving Vance, the man who died, who was intoxicated and, quote, being disorderly at the time, according to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. Well, shortly,
they got him ordered right up.
They did. Short order. Shortly after law enforcement arrived on the scene around 7 p.m., Brown and Vance almost immediately became entangled in a verbal spat that quickly escalated. It ended only after the officer allegedly punched the victim in the face, causing him to fall and strike his head on the ground. Damn. Okay, as an officer, you can't punch to the face.
Yeah.
You've got to take a body shot. You can elbow. You can elbow to the face, which is probably even more effective. You cannot punch.
I think maybe you're right, which is strange.
You can elbow. That would be, if I saw that, I mean, you know, you'd have to be provoked, obviously, you know.
You have to be provoked first.
Listen, I know there'd be a lot of fucking elbow-happy cops. You goddamn weenus warriors.
We're talking to you.
Emergency responders arrived, transported Vance to the local hospital, blunt force trauma to the head with the punch. Quote, police officers frequently deal with citizens who are disorderly and verbally unpleasant. But the evidence in this case suggests that the officer allegedly was the aggressor, and his actions went criminally beyond what was necessary in this situation. The Wayne County prosecutor, Kim Worthy, Kim with a Y, said in a statement, this behavior cannot be tolerated from our law enforcement. So she's kind of out for blood.
She is out for blood.
I've
got to feel like that's kind of a risky move for a prosecutor, you know?
Oh, no way. What are you talking about?
You don't think so?
I mean,
you don't think there's a lot of ties between, like, the courthouse and the police force and then the prosecution and the defendants? Like, you don't think there's, like, a very multicolored thin line that, like, all judicial staff kind of, like, are like,
Yeah, I don't know. Folks, you comment below. I'm not sure. Ghosts of last episode. I don't want to get involved.
I'm fucking coming for you.
Brown has also since been fired from the Detroit Police Department. Chief James Way initially suspended the officer, citing, quote, concerns that at the very least, the officer did not adequately de-escalate or disengage from the situation. On Tuesday, he announced Brown had, quote, been terminated from the Detroit Police Department as a result of his actions on September 1st, 2023. Never forget. Brown intends to appeal his firing. I would say go to a different city.
Go to a different
Don't.
city.
What a weird lunchroom at that
Yeah.
point, right?
Well, I mean, but the thing is, I feel like with all the cops, though, you're probably chilling. I feel like
Yeah.
the cops are like, yeah, he was a real dick.
He was a fucking dick.
I mean,
bro.
obviously,
Yeah.
we wish he
Yeah.
didn't die. But
I mean, you're fucking strong, dude.
You're fucking
so
strong,
well. You
dude.
got that
One
fucking
hit-
brute force,
one
man.
hit
Come
kill,
on, man.
One hit kill.
You're too strong, bro.
Like one punch man.
You know,
like, literally,
yeah.
like one punch
No,
man.
literally.
Everybody's a one punch man if their head gets caved in by a fucking sidewalk. Though, you
Yeah,
know?
actually, you can't punch. We're learning
Until
things
you've
that
been punched. We're learning things.
we're
new
learning
every
things
day.
that you. Yeah, exactly. Do you want to hit her off here? The next one.
We got a nice tweaker here, folks. This is Yahoo News. He's a handsome tweaker.
He's like the main character of a tweaker video game.
Yeah, no, he's
That's
oh my
what's
God,
happening.
I kind of like that. Like,
You know?
like tweaker media, like media built
For like you literally are just a methamphetamine user, and your entire.
Closed.
What's
what
that?
happened?
Streamlabs just crashed.
Fuck!
Oh my goodness. Does that mean everything?